Torres set to kick off.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So the Titans set to go to work for the first time. They're led out by their quarterback in his 7th season now from Eastern Illinois. It's Jimmy Garoppolo.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And right away, he lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And this is going to be brought back for a Bills touchdown.
Complete to number 27. Touchdown, Buffalo.
So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Josh Lambo now for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo.
His kick is good.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do. Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Derrick Henry, the ball.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 16 carries, 74 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. Two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Trubisky now off the bootleg. And right side, Henry's got it.
Trubisky's pass.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he is going to have a Bills first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big.
Trubisky's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
And he is going to get this close to the first down markers. He's brought down at the Titans 30. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
12 yards that time and a Bills first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Gets this one to Hill. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you get the defensive touchdown early to give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good.
And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Going deep for Hopkins. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play that time for the Titans. 44 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
And 2 at the 32-yard line.
And they're going jet sweep. Here's Tate. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
That's good.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 13. It's a first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
A gain of 6 there on first. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Cam Akers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have made this a 1-score game. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. But September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball, all right? When guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun is Trubisky. That one complete to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 2nd down, it's Henry, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Three yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On on 2nd and 7. Trubisky. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at him right now and say, let's get away from him entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at their 49-yard line.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. On the slant, complete to Hopkins. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
And 8. That's good for a Tennessee Titan. 1st and 10 at the.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, it's Akers. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
That's another Tennessee Titan.
Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. The end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season, and of course it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
32-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play brings up third down.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Touchdown, Titans. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Titans have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running from the gun with Henry. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he's going to have a Bills first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Now Trubisky on first down. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Henry. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
41. It's a gain of a yard.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time, but it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. From the gun, it's Trubisky. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. For 25 yards that time. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. At their own 20. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. They'll throw complete to Cam Akers. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. And Ingram holds it in. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee first down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Garoppolo again. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. From the 27, Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and it'll be Titan football. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run here with Akers. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. It was D.J. Jones who was there for the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
By the Bills.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it.
Holding offense.
I don't know what the heck he was looking at.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
They go play action. Trubisky sliding out of the pocket. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They go play action with Trubisky. Steps away. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Trubisky. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Akers hit. He coughs it up.
Garoppolo's pass complete.
So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Open man right side is Ingram. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Tackle made at the 47.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter. No time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Across midfield at the 48.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got it down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snap. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this. Game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense. Knowing that he's going to be the primary guy, they'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs has signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
The ball carrier, Jordan Hicks, brought him down. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. That one complete to Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. been busy today. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The play brings up 3rd down.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line.
The ball carrier.
The safety, Patrick Chung, is the one who makes the stop.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Once again, it's Mostert. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 12 yards there and a first down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back?
What?
That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
The tackle made.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky gets this one to Hill. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Nashville, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Henry. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Again, it's Henry. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Aaron Donald's the name most people think about at the defensive tackle position, but an all-pro last year alongside him, Cameron Hayward, an absolute nightmare to try and block. And he gets into the backfield on that play and finishes it off with a loss.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And they take him down. The Bills get to him.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. The Titans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. It's brought in left side by Tate. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Trubisky will throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First down, Buffalo.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
The ball carrier.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game. And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
And 7 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
They'll give Henry another shot. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Bills will extend their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a gain of 34. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, complete to Tate. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? He's got the first down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Cam Akers with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Titans are able to make this a close game again. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Mostert now to return.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. First down and much more for Henry. Derrick Henry all alone. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Touchdown.
Derrick Henry, 81 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Taken in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 10. A minute 47 on the clock. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. Garoppolo to throw.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 5 yards shy of midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Good for a Tennessee Titan.
He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield.
10 at the 48-yard line.
Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. They'll dump this off to Akers. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Back to throw, Garoppolo. And he'll go underneath here to Breida. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
For a Tennessee Titan.
Finds his tight end Ingram.
First and 10 at the 28.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. That's complete right around the 8. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The Titans were #1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Bills, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll return home next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll